bit about the NBA playoffs, the conference finals, and about Shea Gilgeous-Alexander winning the finals. Not the finals. He probably is though, but winning the final or the MVP of the regular season. Do you think that Shea should have won it or Joker? What's your opinion?
Yeah,
Because they were basically the two guys in the running.
I feel like Shea should have. I feel like Shea should have won it just because the Nuggets, team wise,
Middle of the pack.
middle of the pack, they just not there. Shea out here killing it, and on top of that, this would have been the Joker's third one in a row. We definitely don't want to see that. Give it to somebody else. I mean, because we did see back to back Giannis, and then we got back to back Joker. Uh, so yeah, we definitely want to see somebody different. And then on top of that, they beat him by like 18. They got him by like 18 games.
Yeah, I mean, I would say no for Shea because the Joker beat him in a lot of the categories. But when you look at the being the best team in the league and being the best team by far as record wise,
Mm-hmm.
they won what, like 66, 67 games.
Yep.
And, that's not, that far off of those old Chicago Bulls or the Dynasty Warriors team. As far as, they got close to getting in the 70s like those teams.
True.
Like 72 and 10 and 73 and 9. So, I mean, we really haven't seen a team get close to the 70s in a while as far as I remember, but that is pretty special. And given his stats were really close across the board, I think that's why he got the nod with the huge lead in team wins.
Yeah, that's why he got the nod. But it's just sad how like this is the seventh straight year that somebody that's not born and somebody not in the
An
USA.
international player has won the MVP. Yeah, I've seen people talk about it, but the international players honestly are just better. It's been
so?
a long time basically since LeBron that you've seen an American player come in and dominate.
Yeah, I mean, it has been a very long time. I mean, you had Westbrook and Kevin Durant then, but yeah, they all getting old. I mean, it's just
Yeah, I mean, yeah, as of recent, there's been a bunch of players from LeBron and afterwards that were Americans that did great. But we finally got Cooper Flagg's about to come into the league, and he's the next prodigy. I
yeah.
mean, Luca was the last prodigy, but he was international.
I think Luka's gonna win it this year just because they're talking about how like Luka's losing. Like you said, I'm gonna be focused on losing
Oh,
weight.
he went to a Real Madrid game, which is the Euro team he used to play for before he went pro.
Uh-huh.
And they said he looks like he already lost 30 pounds and that he's already starting to look like skinny Luca because really you don't notice it. You know how they say he's overweight but he's still dropping a 30-point triple-double.
Uh-huh.
But you're like, he looks fine. He looks like a normal person. But when you watch clips from him a couple years ago, you're like, yeah, he's like 30 to 40 pounds lighter. Like when he was in the bubble going against the Clippers, hitting the, step back game winner,
Uh-huh.
you're like, yeah, he looked like almost like a different person right there.
He definitely did. I mean, that's why I feel like it's gonna be Luka's year, especially if they get a center. I mean, that's already
Number one priority.
yeah, that definitely should be their number one priority is finding a way to get a center, somebody that can make it a lot easier for Braun.
I already can't
Somebody that
wait
can
to
dribble. You can't
next
get a
year.
regular one that can't. You can't get a Rudy Gobert. You
Yeah.
gotta get somebody that can move around.
Yeah, Rudy's lame. I can't wait till next year when the Lakers actually get a team to build around Luka and LeBron. They'll get a real deal center, and then they're gonna, they already got Austin Reeves and
Uh-huh.
Connect and some other guys I really like that are on contract. So I'm excited to see how the Lakers do next year with actually having a training camp instead of trying to put the team together at the trade deadline,
Mhm.
and then also seeing the Dallas Mavericks, even though. That was my team, and I felt betrayed by the ownership. And I'm a Lakers fan now. However, that happened. Never thought I would see the day. Just going for Luka, but I want to see how that team goes, and if they do make any trades this offseason. They need a guard because Kyrie's going to be out 2-3 months with his knee injury, and I want to see how good they're going to be. I think the West is going to be ridiculously
might get Mike
tough
Conley.
next year. Or what's his name, Derek White,
Uh-huh.
or Drew Holiday. They said he's also in play. They also say Chris Paul might go to
Oh,
Dallas,
Lord.
but they just need an interim guy to run the point until Kyrie Irving gets back. But I think the West is going to be 10, 12 teams deep this after this season, and it's going to be really fun. But getting into the conference finals, we see OKC is up 3-1, and now the Pacers just won, so they're up 3-1. So it looks like it's going to be an OKC Pacers final. No one saw this coming. Do you think that's actually going to is going to be what we see, or do you think that the Timberwolves or the Knicks will be able to overcome this?
I want the Knicks to come back, and overcome this situation, but I doubt that happens because coming down 3-1, He can't find a way to beat Indiana. I feel like the NBA is trying to get their money's worth. They're trying to push Indiana, stuff it all down our throats. Because we just had the NBA All Star game in Indiana. Now we finna have the WNBA All Star game in Indiana. Then they finna have the NBA play then they finna have the championship games in Indiana. I mean they finna rack up
Oh yeah,
all
they had
types of money.
the All Star, the WNBA All Star game, and then possibly the finals. That'd be crazy.
Hmm.
All within like the same year.
Exactly, because I think the WNBA All Star Game is no later than July, and so you have this. So you have the NBA All Star, the NBA Finals, which is going to happen at least by I want to say the second week, the second week of I want to say like the second week of June.
Yep.
It's going to start. Then by the end of the next month, you have the WNBA All Star Game that's going to happen. So that's going to go crazy. So I mean, I don't care how much the WNBA is going to boycott that. They're going to make them go. But I mean, this NBA playoffs is just crazy. I mean, it's just disappointing how I didn't expect Tyrese Halliburton to show out like this. I mean, and especially Siakam. If Siakam takes this and wins another ring, he's gonna have 2 championship rings, and that means you're gonna have to put him in the great top 75.
I don't know about that, but
With 2 rings,
he'll already have a great career. I don't know top 75.
What do you mean? He's at top 75.
He might be like top 200.
As a top, I mean, it has to be. Why not?
Top 150.
Why would you say that? He's gonna be top 2. He's gonna be number. He's gonna be a role
never
player.
Been that guy. He's always been a second, third,
Robin.
fourth option.
What
no,
you mean?
He hasn't even been Robin. He's been like Batgirl or Alfred.
So what is he right now? Robin.
No.
You think
he's Batgirl right now?
Who's over him?
Miles Turner.
That's a lie. Miles Turner barely gets rebounds. He's always chalking up threes.
Nope. Miles Turner's the second best player.
I doubt. Look at the stats right now. Miles Turner hasn't even had a 30-point game run in this whole playoff series.
I'm still going Miles Turner.
And then on top of that, when you think about Toronto Raptors, it was Kawhi then him, or maybe Fred.
It was crazy to think how good defense that the Raptors were when they had Kawhi, OG, and Siakam all on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't get better defense than that.
Yeah. You can't get no better the defense than that. Then on top of that, you got the other on the Western side, the Western Conference side, you got OKC versus the Timberwolves. I mean, Julius Randle is showing you that he's a bum. I feel like he's injured. I feel like he has something's going on with his shoulder because you only scoring 5 points.
He used all his juice against the Lakers. He ran out. He's on E.
I think he's on E. He's definitely on E. The role players got to step up. I mean, Michael Conley, he needs to score more points.
He's too old.
Yeah, he may be too old. Maybe we have to get rid of him. I think they may have to start Steve Chenzo over before him. Get a lot of shots.
Well, and then Anthony Edwards hasn't been aggressive enough. He was super docile in the first half of last game. He came out on the third quarter in a tear, and then was docile the whole fourth quarter. And he said, "Well, they were like double teaming me and stuff, so I just made the right pass."
Yeah, he can.
Basically playing LeBron instead of just forcing it. Kobe would have forced it. But
Kobe wouldn't pay no. You think Kobe would have forced it?
It's just crazy how young Anthony Edwards is, and I know he's already beat some legendary players. But it seems like even last year against Dallas, when he was guarding Kyrie Irving in the conference finals, and they lost to Dallas, that he basically a big reason why they would lose is he would get too tired. Mm-hmm. You'd see him in the late third or fourth quarter, and he's hands on knees and like struggling, and it just seems like every year. 2 years in a row, he's got to the conference finals, but it looks like he's run out of gas each year.
You got to stop doing so you can't do both. You got to pick one. You got to either do offense or you got to play defense. You can't do both. You can't guard the best player, chase him through screens and everything because you want to announce it. You got
to get like the next level of conditioning to do that.
Exactly, because I mean, Steph Curry runs around. Only one I know that Steph Curry runs around on offense, but I don't really see Steph Curry playing defense like that.
Yeah,
exactly. You see Luka.
It's weird how the playoffs has like basically become like they're gonna pick on a matchup. Whoever's the weakest defender, we're gonna try them to defend the most possessions. And it's weird that people beat Golden State, but it's like why don't they just do that every game to the Warriors? Why don't they just pick on Curry?
Like in the regular season?
Yeah, in the regular season or in the playoffs. It happens sometimes, but not that much. And that's literally how Cleveland, when LeBron beat them after being down 3-1 and came back and beat them in the finals, they did that for 3 games in a row. where they would just Kyrie Irving and LeBron would take turns picking on Curry because he couldn't guard either one of them, and it's like they literally won a championship just picking on them, and it's like crazy now that the playoffs has come to pick on a player, and try to get him out of the game.
Yeah, yes, see that, but they definitely need to pick at Dort because Dort is out here locking down all the stars on the Timberwolves. Because every time you see Anthony Edwards come down up the court, you see Dort run at him. He has to kick the ball out. Julius Randle ain't doing anything. You can't pass it to Rudy. Nas Reed, you barely hearing his name. You see he was a 3-point assassin. That was one of the reasons why they felt like they got Cat. They got rid of Cat. They felt like, I mean, we got Nas Reed can catch the ball and shoot. That's all we really need you to do. I mean, if you doing that anyways, you barely want to go down the court and back people down. You just want to catch the ball and do 3-point shots like you Dirk Nowitzki. We got
Well,
Nas Reed.
yeah, it was really a money thing. They knew Cat's contract was coming up, and they probably didn't want to pay a second player a max contract. And they're like, instead of having two max players with Anthony Edwards and Big Cat, we could trade Big Cat and get two above average players. So they got Julius Randle, who's been an all star, a fringe all star for the past few years, and DiVincenzo, who's been a above average role player
Mm-hmm.
and could possibly be a starter if someone's injured or be a great six man. And so they went that route. And I honestly thought that they had a worse team this year than last year. I like last year's teams better.
I'm
But
surprised they got this far.
it's really they ended up with the same exact result because I think they lost to Dallas in the gentleman's sweep 4-1 as well. So we'll see if they actually complete the gentleman's sweep.
Exactly. But y'all comment down below who y'all got making it to the championship game. Will New York will New York or the Timberwolves find a way to pull it out, or
I think the Knicks have a better chance of pulling off the miracle. I
Yeah, I
think
do
they
too.
can easily win Game 3 or
Yeah,